They're in my belly and I'm throwing them for this video. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Sup lads, it's your boy Bandana-Boi, and today I'm gonna be ranking ingredients on how aerodynamic they are. All gonna be about how far they can go, not if they're gonna contain their shape or not as they fly through the air. And we are taking into consideration everything. We're not gonna be taking the cans, we're not gonna be taking the containers, it's gonna be the ingredients as raw as they come. Without further ado, let's go to the first one on the list, which is the spring onion. What is the spring onion gonna do for you? It does have a heavy base, which might favor it a bit, and it is thin. You can think of it kind of like a ball with a tail, which isn't that good because air resistance is a thing. As we know, spears go much further than shot puts, so the spring onion has a pretty good chance of giving you some good distance. However, is it gonna get you enough distance for you to not see it anymore? Not at all. It's still very light, and no matter how far you throw it, air resistance and gravity are gonna be major factors in making it stop too soon, and it's gonna land and you're gonna be able to see it. With that being said, I think it stays in fair distance because you will be able to throw it and it won't be next to you. You will have to run a bit to get it, but it's not gonna be out of sight. Next up, we have a tomato. Now, this is what I'm talking about because you gotta understand, tomatoes are heavy and we do want heavy things, but they also need to be able to be thrown, and tomatoes are the perfect candidate. Let me tell you a joke about my bike. It broke down because it was too tired.
Let this man off the stage. He sucks. There's no way we're paying to see this
Wasn't
guy.
that
We want
bad?
somebody new.
Wasn't
Give me
that
a
bad?
refund.
Stop. The tomato does put up a good fight, but it is still too heavy for you to throw it too far, or is it? You can throw a tomato pretty far, but I don't think it'll be gone. It's still a little too heavy for you to get that last inch of distance. It is definitely gonna be a long run until you get it. It's kind of like a softball, like a baseball. You're gonna get a pretty good throw. It does have too much water weight, in my opinion. When you want someone to be circular, you want it to be a bit more hollow, and then we can get more distance. So the tomato is going in, we get in there, because guess what? We are getting there, but we are not getting to the point that we wanted to get to. Next up, we have a squash. This is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be disgusting because a squash is just too heavy. What you gonna do? Even if you can hold it with one hand, the most you're gonna do, throw it maybe 3-4 meters in front of you. Even then, it's probably gonna break, it's gonna shatter, it's gonna make a mess. And as I said, we don't care about how it looks in the end, but you made a mess and you ain't going for, that's useless. This is going in immobile. You can't throw it, it's too heavy. Maybe at best you might get some distance, but even then that would be extremely generous. Next up, we have beans. Who the hell invented this? You wanna throw beans? That's gonna be the worst thing of all time. Your hands are gonna become smushy, and aside from that, they're not gonna travel at all. They have no weight whatsoever. They're so small and they aren't even aerodynamic. This is gonna be your worst nightmare. In fact, I put the squash in immobile. I'm putting it back up just so I can put the beans down, because goodness gracious, beans? Who's gonna throw some beans and be happy with the distance that they got? Nobody. Next up, we have a stick of butter. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this might be a hot take, but I think butter might just be and it's gone. You gotta understand, if the bar is cold and it's hard, you're gonna be able to hold it like it's some type of stick, and you're gonna be able to throw it like it's some type of spear. I think it was the javelin throw, but the butter will do exactly that. I know it doesn't have a pointed edge, but guess what? If you take the butter and you carve it, you can get that pointed edge. You can't do that with many of these other ingredients, so we gotta get points for creativity. Hey chief, go long, go long.
I'm over here already. Come
Yeah,
on.
stay there, right there, right there, right there. I got you.
Give it to me.
Here we go. Boom! Guess what? He's dead. Moving on, we have the one and only the onion. The onion is basically a better tomato, because even though when you cook them, both of them have so much water, the onion has less water. And even if it does have water, it is actually kept within its membrane, so you won't feel it while throwing it. It doesn't feel like it's liquidy, it doesn't feel like it's heavy. And if you remove that peel, you're gonna have a really nice looking ball. Even if you might start crying, there's no problem because you're gonna be winning in the distance race. You throw that onion, people are gonna be looking at it like, you know, you just hit the home run. You look at it in the sky like, oh, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's an onion. With that being said, the onion goes and it's gone. You are not gonna even see it. And let's not forget that it's gonna roll. That's something that we didn't put into consideration up until now. The tomato is probably just gonna get destroyed on the ground. The onion has multiple membranes to protect it, which means even if it bounces once, twice, or 3 times, what we care about is the last piece. Where did it end up at? And it's definitely gonna be further than the tomato, even if they made it to the same distance initially. Next up, we have lettuce. Now, lettuce is quite an interesting one. It looks like a ball, perhaps a soccer or a volleyball, and you could kick it. However, that might ruin its formation a bit too much. I feel like the way you'd want to go with lettuce is not to actually kick it, since that would ruin its entire structure. You'd probably want to throw a cactus like a cat's foot, where you wind your hand back and just Boom! You throw it out. I'm sure you're gonna get a good amount of distance. I don't know if we're gonna be getting there, since to be precise, this is an iceberg lettuce, so it is better than the normal lettuce, and you will be getting distance, but it is just still a bit too heavy. So I think it's gonna stay where it is right now, and you are gonna get fair distance. Aside from the catapult, the moment it hits the ground, it's exploding all over the place, and you're just gonna have leafy greens on the ground. Next up, we have a pumpkin. What are we doing, lads? A pumpkin is even heavier than a squash on average. And you're telling me that you want to throw a pumpkin? If you manage to get 1 or 2 feet away from you, you'll be lucky. Let alone for you to even have a distance reach with this thing. Put it in immobile right now. The only thing that's next to it is beans. Because when something is either too heavy or too light, guess what? When it's too heavy, gravity plays a big role, and you don't have the power to throw it. And when something is too light, guess what? At that point, air resistance is enough to basically stop it in its place just 1 feet away from you. And no matter how you feel about these ingredients, guess what? They gotta go, cause Tschüss! They go on by. Next up, lads, we got the fungi, the mushrooms, not the ones you eat to get high, the ones you eat to get sly. That's what I'm saying, dog. Now, as much as I love mushrooms, they have the same problem as tomatoes, but even a little worse, they have too much water content inside of them, and they are very light. They are not as light as the beans to the point where it's gonna make a very big problem on what's gonna happen. However, you are gonna get some distance, but they are still too light to warrant anything being great. I don't think this is too bad, and you could get some distance, so it's gonna sit next down to the squash, and it should even be above the squash. It gets an honorable some distance to fair distance range. Last but not least, lads, we got eggs. Y'all know me, y'all know my relationship with Bill, and y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of eggs. However, eggs are basically your perfect competitor. There isn't a single person who's more perfect than eggs. I'm talking about hard-boiled here. No one come at me with your raw eggs, because it's still liquid on the inside, and we don't want that. We can use them in any shape or form that we want, and guess what? Once you get the egg, it's boiled, it's hard. At that point, whether you crack it open or not, you're gonna be getting some grave distance. Whether you decide to throw it like a baseball or you throw it like a catapult, either way, you're getting so much distance, you're gonna be winning, and the only person that's gonna be pissed at you are gonna be the chickens. Quack quack! But I know chicken, and I know that some of y'all are some chickens. Dad, what happened to my chicken? Son, the eggs are gone. They're in my belly and I'm throwing them for this video. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. With that being said, lads, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And tell me what video you want me to do next. Tell me what ingredient I missed that would cut the most distance on the field. Maybe it's a patty, maybe it's a frisbee, but it gotta be something edible. And we don't eat plastic here, lads. We might eat someone else. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. That's all from your boy. And don't forget to smile. Tschüss!